The NBA has seen many great players over the years, but there's something different about the Milwaukee Bucks star Giannis Antetokounmpo. After being picked up by the Bucks in the 2013 NBA draft, Giannis has gone from strength to strength and emerged as one of the best players in the league over the last few years. In our video today, we'll be reviewing how Antetokounmpo has broken another record for the Bucks. First things first, Giannis breaks free throw record for the Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis was always rated by people in the NBA as someone who has the potential to become one of the best NBA players of all time, but even the ones who rated him highly would admit that his shooting from range left something to be desired. While he has always had many strong attributes like speed, agility, and physical strength, he had somewhat struggled with three-pointers and free throws in his offensive play. But here's what sets him apart from the others. Giannis has shown over the course of his career that he's ready to improve in the areas where he's weak. Over the last couple of seasons, he has steadily improved his free throw percentage. In the 2019-20 season, his free throw percentage was 63.3%, which he brought up to 68.5% in the 2020-21 season. His free throw percentage took another major hike last season, 2021-22, when he brought it up to 72.2 after making 8.3 out of 11.4 attempts per game, which is a considerable improvement. This improvement has led him to yet another record with the Bucks. In the game against the Houston Rockets on Sunday, Giannis made 8 free throws, taking his overall tally with the Bucks to 3,508, which made him the all-time leader in free throws for the franchise. He overtook Bucks legend Sidney Moncrief, who made 3,505 free throws for them. It's a great record for someone who was always considered a bad free throw shooter. Up next, how did Giannis fare against the Houston Rockets? Giannis and the Milwaukee Bucks have made a strong start to the new season and are 2-0 so far. In their first game of the season, they won 90-88 against the Philadelphia 76ers, and in the second game, they brushed aside the Houston Rockets in a 125-105 win. The Bucks' Greek star has also made a fantastic start to the season with 21 points, 13 rebounds, and 8 assists in the first game against the 76ers, and 44 points and 12 rebounds against the Rockets in the second game. With his dominating performance against Houston, Giannis once again reminded everyone that he's one of the best players in the NBA. He made history with his performance and became the first player in the three-point era to score over 40 points and make 10-plus rebounds in less than 30 minutes. Moving on, Antetokounmpo might be the NBA's most resilient player. Ant has had a tough journey. He didn't just become the all-time leader for free throws overnight. The player has had to put in a lot of work. To understand Giannis as a basketball player, you need to look at where he actually comes from. Antetokounmpo comes from a different background than most players in the NBA. Born in Athens to Nigerian immigrants, he basically lived without a state for the first 18 years of his life. As he didn't have any citizenship, he couldn't travel outside of the country. He only got his citizenship for Greece less than 2 months before the 2013 NBA draft, where he was eventually picked up by the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, that's a lucky coincidence if we've ever seen one, and ever since then, he hasn't looked back, cementing himself as one of the hottest properties in the league. He just doesn't back down from any challenge and is always ready to work on his weaknesses. Despite not looking like a world beater in his first few seasons, he has constantly improved his game and become one of the most important players in the league. He even won the NBA's Most Improved Player award in 2017, which was a testament to his determination. Next up, understanding Giannis' skill set and how he got to this point. At 7 feet tall, his official position, on paper at least, is forward. Some people describe his position as a point forward, but he really doesn't have a position as far as we think. We've seen him playing across all 5 positions for the Bucks over time. He is very athletic and agile. His height gives him an incredible reach. His versatility is what sets him apart from other top players in the league, as many experts have labeled him as positionless. Some analysts believe that with the way basketball has been evolving over the years, positionless players might actually be the future of the game. Considered one of the league's most dangerous players in transition, Giannis' offensive ability is no secret. His height, along with this agility, practically enables him to cross half of the court with just one dribble, leaving opposition defenders behind. Speaking of defenders, though, he's also considered an elite defensive player by most experts and is primarily able to guard all 5 positions. He's also a great shot blocker, especially blocking opponents on the transition. His career averages for the regular season are quite impressive, considering the low numbers in his first 3 seasons. He scores 21.8 points per game and makes 9.4 rebounds per game. He also has an average of 1.2 steals and 1.3 blocks. With a career trajectory like this, it was only inevitable that he started breaking barriers and smashing through records. Continuing on, what's next for Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks? The Milwaukee Bucks have a pretty strong squad and have done quite well in the last few seasons. They've made it to the playoffs in each of the last 5 seasons and at least to the conference semifinals in each of the last 4 seasons. Led by Giannis, the Bucks even became the NBA champions in the 2020-21 season, defeating the Phoenix Suns 4-2 in the final. In that finals win, Giannis was awarded as the NBA Finals MVP, while he had already become the NBA MVP for successive seasons, 2019 and 2020 before that. He was a top performer for the Bucks throughout the season. With injuries to some of their core players and a winless preseason, some of the experts were playing down the Bucks' chances. However, looking at their recent record, their squad, and Giannis' form, it's hard to rule them out this season. We think that they'll go deep again in the NBA playoffs and could possibly go on to win the championship if Giannis maintains his current form. They go again on Wednesday night when they'll be playing the Brooklyn Nets, who seem to be playing some great basketball with Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant back in form. Let's see how things shape up. Moving on, an NBA game in Greece might not be that far away. The NBA and basketball is at times criticized for being a game just for the Americans, but we all know that's not the case. We know how popular the sport has become all over the world and the influence it can have. To increase its presence throughout the world, the NBA has been keen on organizing numerous events and games in different parts of the world. Just recently, the league went to Abu Dhabi, where 2 preseason games were staged between the Milwaukee Bucks and the Atlanta Hawks. NBA's Commissioner Adam Silver was also present in Abu Dhabi, where he also spoke about the possibility of holding such games in Greece. He said that he understands how important it is for Giannis to bring the NBA back to Greece, and that the NBA is seriously considering it. He said that the idea was being looked at previously as well, but was shelved because of the restrictions with COVID-19. However, with the restrictions now lifted, the NBA will again be looking at the idea of bringing the league and Greece's most famous basketball player to his adopted homeland. So, from the looks of it, basketball coming to Greece might not be as far away as we thought. Next up, what does Giannis think about playing in Greece? If we go by the commissioner's statements, it looks like the NBA is determined to stage a game in Greece, and it looks like Giannis is also ready to play his part. While talking about the NBA's global expansion, he said that out of all the places in the world, he would like to play in his adopted homeland. The 2-time NBA MVP expressed that an NBA preseason game in Greece would be quite a special experience for him. Other than a game in Greece, the Greek Freak was generally in favor of the NBA's worldwide expansion plans, mentioning that he's never played in Shanghai, Beijing, or India. He said that it would be a fun experience to go and play in these countries. He stressed that the more we expand the NBA's reach and influence, the better it would be for the game's future. Who knows? Maybe we'll see a game in India, China, or Greece in the upcoming years. And that's where we'll end our video today. Thank you so much for being with us. We would love to hear from you. Where does Giannis Antetokounmpo stand in the list of all-time NBA greats? When will we get to see the NBA in Greece? Share your thoughts with us in the comment section. Please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for all the latest news in town. We'll see you in the next one.